If you're over 60, this message is for you. Life has a way of speeding by, doesn't it? One moment, you're chasing dreams, laughing until your sides ache, dancing under the stars without a care. The next, you're looking back, wondering where the years went. Maybe you feel like the world has moved on, too fast, too loud, too different. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking your best days are behind you, tucked away in memories that feel like someone else's story. But pause for a moment. Close your eyes and think back to a time when you felt truly alive. Maybe it was the thrill of your first adventure, the warmth of a summer night, or the spark of a dream that set your heart on fire. Those moments aren't gone. They're still inside you, waiting to be rediscovered. Today, we're going to take a journey, not back in time, but back to you. The you who laughed freely, loved deeply, and lived with a heart full of possibility. This video isn't about pretending age doesn't exist. It's about remembering that age doesn't define your spirit. If you're over 60, you've lived through decades of joy, pain, and wisdom. You've earned every line on your face, every story in your heart. But you're not done, not even close. Let's rediscover that spark, that inner youth, and let it light up your life again. Are you ready? Let's begin. Youth was never just about age. It was about feeling alive. It was the way your heart raced when you tried something new, whether it was riding a bike for the first time, falling in love, or chasing a dream no one else believed in. It was the laughter that bubbled up during late-night talks with friends, the freedom of a road trip with no destination, the quiet joy of watching a sunset and feeling like the world was yours. Take a moment to remember. Picture yourself at 20, 30, or even 40. What made you smile? Maybe it was dancing to your favorite song, the one that still hums in your mind. Maybe it was the pride of starting a family, building a career, or creating something with your own hands. Those moments weren't just fleeting, they were pieces of your soul, moments when you felt unstoppable, unbound by time. Now, here's the truth, that version of you hasn't disappeared. The world may tell you that youth belongs to the young, but that's a lie. Youth is a state of heart, a fire that burns as long as you let it. You've seen more, loved more, and learned more than you ever could have back then. That wisdom doesn't weigh you down, it lifts you up. It's the foundation for a new kind of youth, one that's richer, deeper, and more powerful because of all you've lived through. Think about the things that made you feel young. The smell of rain on a spring day. The thrill of a new hobby. The warmth of a friend's voice. Those feelings are still within reach. They're not locked in the past, they're waiting for you to claim them again. You're not just over 60. You're over 60 years of stories, strength, and spirit. And that spirit? It's as young as ever. Let's talk about reconnecting with that inner spark, that part of you that still dreams, still laughs, still dares. You might think, I'm too old for that now. But let me tell you something, you're never too old to feel alive. The heart doesn't age. The soul doesn't retire. Those moments of joy, adventure, and freedom you remember? They're still inside you, like embers waiting for a breath of air to glow again. Start with a memory. Maybe it's the first time you fell in love, the butterflies, the nervous excitement, the way the world seemed brighter. That feeling isn't gone. Love doesn't have an expiration date. You can still love fiercely, your family, your friends, a new passion, or even yourself. Maybe it's the memory of dancing, your body moving to a rhythm that felt like freedom. You can still dance. Maybe not on a dance floor, but in your kitchen, with a song in your heart. Turn on that old record, sway to the beat, and let the music carry you back. Or maybe it's the dreams you once had. The ones you set aside for practical reasons, raising a family, paying the bills, building a life. Those dreams aren't dead. They've just been waiting. You're wiser now, stronger in ways you couldn't have imagined back then. What if this is the moment to pick up a paintbrush, write that story, or plant that garden you always wanted? Age isn't a barrier, it's a badge of courage, proof you've survived every challenge life threw at you. Aging isn't an ending. It's a new beginning, a chance to live with the wisdom of your years and the heart of your youth. You've earned the right to laugh until you cry, to try something new, to make mistakes and start again. The world may move fast, but you don't have to keep up, you get to set your own pace, create your own joy. That's the beauty of being over 60, you know what matters. You know that life is about the moments that make your heart sing. So, let's make a promise to ourselves. Today, let's find one thing, however small, that reconnects us with that inner youth. It could be calling an old friend, listening to a song that brings back memories, or taking a walk and noticing the world's beauty. These aren't just actions, they're declarations that your spirit is alive, vibrant, and ready to shine. Now, let's take that step. Do one thing today, no matter how small, that brings back that spark. It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's writing a letter to someone you love, sharing a story from your past. Maybe it's trying a new recipe, one that reminds you of your childhood kitchen. Or maybe it's simply sitting outside, feeling the breeze, and letting yourself dream again. Growing old is inevitable, but staying young at heart is a choice. It's a choice to say, I'm still here, and I still have so much to give. You don't need to climb mountains or run marathons to feel young. Youth is in the small moments, the laughter, the curiosity, the courage to try. It's in the way you smile at a stranger, the way you find joy in a flower blooming, the way you decide to live fully, right now. Think about the legacy you're building. Every day you choose joy, you inspire others, your children, your grandchildren, your friends. You show them that life doesn't dim with age, it glows with purpose. You've spent decades learning what matters, now's the time to live it. Say yes to that class you've been curious about. Say yes to that trip you've always wanted to take. Say yes to yourself, to the person you've always been and still are. If you're feeling hesitant, that's okay. Change is scary at any age. But you've faced bigger challenges than this. You've built a life, overcome hardships, and carried love through it all. That strength is still in you. Take one small step today. Light that spark. Let it grow into a flame that warms your days and lights the way for others. You're not done living. Not even close. Your life is a collection of moments, some quiet, some bold, all beautiful. And there are more moments waiting for you. The world still needs your laughter, your stories, your heart. Being over 60 isn't the end of your story, it's a chapter filled with wisdom, freedom, and the chance to feel young again. So, let's make a pact. Let's choose to live with a young heart, to find joy in the everyday, to embrace the spark that's always been inside us. Whether it's dancing to an old song, sharing a memory with a loved one, or starting something new, let's promise to keep that fire alive. You've lived an incredible life, and there's so much more to come. If this message touched your heart, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's one beautiful memory from your youth that still makes you smile today? Maybe it's a moment of adventure, a first love, or a simple joy that lit up your world. Your story could inspire someone else to reconnect with their own spark. Let's bring those memories back to life together. Thank you for being here. If this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little light in their life. Hit that bell so you don't miss more messages to keep your heart young. Here's to living fully at every age. You're eating foods every day that could be quietly eroding your strength, clouding your mind, and stealing your independence. Some so common you'd never suspect them. Shocking, right? Studies in the Journal of Aging Research reveal that certain everyday foods can inflame your joints, weaken your legs, and even accelerate cognitive decline in adults over 60. But here's the flip side. There are powerhouse foods that can sharpen your brain, fortify your bones, and keep you walking confidently into your 80s and beyond. Today, I'm exposing the 5 foods you must avoid at all costs and the 5 you should embrace daily to reclaim your vitality. Stick with me to the end, because I'll reveal a surprising truth about a so-called healthy food that might be silently wrecking your mobility, and share a personal story that changed how I view aging forever.